Well, here we are on YouTube, and here we are doing some King Gizzard again. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a spell.
Yeah, it has been. So, this is a request from a longtime supporter of our channel.
Yes, Levi. Yep. Levi, also known as Mushtomb. Check out his channel, The Mushtomb Official. If you're a King Gizzard fan and you want to see some remixes and reimaginings of King Gizzard songs, Mushtomb is independent amateur remixer, I guess you could say. I don't know what you call it, but does it on his own. He remixes their stuff. So check out his YouTube channel, The Mushtomb Official channel, and you get to see some of his remixes. But he's obviously a very big fan of King Gizzard. He's given us a lot of requests over the years. And this album, Nathan, is called Made in Timeland. It was released at this recording. We're near the end of 2022, but it was released at the beginning, March 5th, 2022. Interesting enough, 2 tracks, 2 sides to the album. If you buy this on vinyl, you get track 1 is Timeland, and then track 2 is Smoke and Mirrors. So we'll listen, as we do, we'll listen to the whole track, Timeland, and then we'll give our feelings on it, talk about it. And then the second one, Smoke and Mirrors, same idea. So it's kind of a long listen, because Nathan and I don't pause songs when we listen to them. So it's kind of like a listen party / we'll give our feelings about the song after it's done. King Gizzard is something that Nathan and I quite enjoy. We love their different styles, approaches to songs. They have many albums. They never do anything really twice, but they always still remain King Gizzard. I don't know if that doesn't make sense, but
no, that makes total sense.
Yeah,
I agree with that. Because they're kind of long songs, we're going to probably comment a little bit not as much as like, if we're watching a TV show or something like that, but we'll add a few little comments here and there that
if they can hear us. I don't know. Sometimes I don't know if we can hear us when we talk over. That's all too.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if there's moments for that. But
yeah. All right. Yeah, there might be like pauses or like signature changes where we're like, oh, that's cool. We'll comment, but we're not going to be like, yeah. All right. Well, we have no idea what it sounds like. So here we go. We don't even know if there's lyrics. So right there's no lyrics available on iTunes, but that could mean iTunes just doesn't have it or it's an instrumental. We'll find out. Okay.
Here we go. It's like a clock.
Yeah, that's right. 1, 2, 3.
Like their foray into R&B. Christmas.
Yeah, that has a little bit of that sound.
I feel like these all have different time signatures.
The song itself, or the
first one.
This is definitely once every second, right? That's 60 beats per minute.
There's that beat.
Oh,
but then there's like.
Okay, so yeah, just like we thought they're gonna do. Different little things going on here. Yeah.
Boots and cats, boots and cats. Put your hands in the air.
New Year's Eve is coming around the corner. Let's go. Bring in midnight. Oh, nice.
I'm Land.
This is very different for them.
No, this is very different. Like, people would be very like, this is them exploring like EDM, I think, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I think we mentioned we'd like to hear them try that. Like,
Yeah. They heard that from us. That's where
yes, they heard that. Well, we've mentioned this a couple times. They have done some things we've told them to do. Longer
Yeah.
guitar solos and stuff. Yeah.
Yep. Oh.
Wow, Nathan, you're playing right along. I can't even tell. Wow. How did you know? You've heard the song before, obviously. How are you playing it right along with it? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's quote unquote one song, but it's like multiple
pieces
different.
of-
Yeah,
yeah.
it's.
curious to know who's the bigger EDM fan from King Gizzard, you know?
It's got to be Ambrose.
That if I had to guess, I'd say Ambrose.
Penny whistle. It's like a tribal, like world music.
Yep. Oh, Stranger Things.
Yeah.
I think the album cover is one of those stereograms. See if I can see a 3D image here. Drop the beat. You can hear it coming. Here. There it is.
Yeah.
Some more flute.
Gonna drop some acid by the
boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats.
Riders on the storm.
Pew, 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 pew. That's Ambrose. Yeah.
See, they're gonna probably roll right into the next song, so you gotta be careful. You gotta be ready to hit stop.
Yeah. Ooh.
Burn off those Christmas calories.
Yeah.
1, 2, 1, 2.
All right, everybody, get on your feet. And 1, and 2,
And 2,
and left, and right,
and
and right, and left, and right. And we lost a viewer. So that ticking clock has stayed all the way through.
That's fun.
Okay. Oh wait, isn't
What?
that the name? Isn't there
Sorry, you scared me.
Isn't there a King Gizzard song called "The Ticking Clock"
Oh, maybe.
that we did on Omnium Gatherum? I think there is.
Yeah. Well, I think there is. Well, by golly gee.
Okay,
So you're right. We were able to comment during this song, just as I suspected they would have, because it's very unlike King Gizzard just to play. They have ADHD. There's no way they're going to do 15 minutes of the same sound throughout. So
Yeah. It I think what the concept, if this is a concept album, the idea here is they're playing with time signatures. So everything seems to be at like it's just a wide variety of time signatures. That last one very much more like you say EDM, which we've never heard before. So I suspect more of the same, but maybe not. Like that was a exactly 15-minute song. Here's another exactly 15-minute song.
yeah. I also want to say, like we've been listening to well, actually it doesn't matter because we've been listening to an album that's been very hard to get through, and we've been breaking it down to many parts, right?
Yep.
And it's just okay. It's just different wheelhouses for different people. It's just the way we are. It's not a criticism, but the point I'm trying to get at is we just listened to 15 minutes of music, songs, soundscapes, energy, whatever it is. I wasn't bored once. I'm like listening, like I'm having fun, and
Yeah.
it's. We said this before in some of our criticism of songs or bands. Just play good music. Like, just play fun music. Like, is it so hard to have a beat, to have sounds, and just don't be boring. Just don't be boring. It's like, look, this album is not. I would even say if anyone's listening to this with on Twitch, we have a few people listening with us on Twitch. Mm-hmm. This album isn't King Gizzard to a certain degree, meaning you wouldn't be able to go, I'm going to go listen to another King Gizzard album, and it's going to sound totally different. But that's what I love about King Gizzard is they have a metal album, a country album, they have a rock album, or now this is their EDM, I guess, sound. Mm-hmm. So what they do is they add their King Gizzardness to this. So knowing the band, this is a fun experience for us to listen to because it's like we know kind of who they are and what they. But all that being said, this is a fun album. I think anyone that doesn't even know King Gizzard could listen to this and who likes kind of like danceable type music. This is fun. That's what I'm getting at. They're never boring. Anyways, all right.
It showcases that they are, I would say, musicians in the broad sense of the word, meaning they don't like people will always say like what are your when someone's just trying to like almost flex that they're so wide variety, they'll be like, well, what are your music interests? Oh, I'm very eclectic. And I always think, yeah, right, sure you are. King Gizzard is truly eclectic in that like it feels like the only thing they haven't done is like classical music, I guess. But even that, they probably like Stu plays flute, and some of them play other of those classical instruments. So they really have covered pretty much every genre.
Yeah, agreed. Okay. All right, let's do the next song and final song on the album, Smoke and Mirrors.
Okay. I guess they haven't done rap. That's the only one that we haven't heard.
Oh, no, Ambrose did a little bit, remember? He did that. He did that little bit of rap, remember?
Omnium Gatherum, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Did like 2 songs, and we were like laughing at one of them. It's almost too hot.
Oh, I like this.
We got some actual drum, like real drum, acoustic drum sound.
Yeah. Love that organ.
Yeah, it's great.
This reminds me.
This is more King Gizzard-ish here, like.
Yeah.
You know, Stu just loved editing all this.
Yeah. I think they're just going with their mouths. They're clicking their tongues. Yeah.
So essentially, you're getting a different song now. I mean, this next is like it's literally a different song, but using the same beats.
This is a different time signature than the last one. It's like 8/2. It's a really strange time.
top interior, inferior actions, mysterious, convoluted satisfaction. To see the suffering of others like you're above us and not among us. It's not a concern to see.
Here you go.
It's evil. Step back, we must progress to our sequel.
Ambrose, this is kind of like a rap here.
Yeah.
Smoke and mirrors disappearing when you're nearest. Contactable, retractable, you must be held accountable for this.
Boom, boom, boom. I love that Ambrose rap, or like, is that rap or what is that? Like,
Yeah, I think so.
yeah,
He's the biggest fan of rap, I think, in the
yeah,
band.
yeah. I like that. It's like old world mixed with new world sound.
Yep. Back to EDM. Sounds like an 80s love song.
Yeah. Just thinking of you.
Yeah.
Thinking of you.
Wanna Jamaica, Bahama.
Ooh, I wanna take it. Yeah, girl. Night at the Roxbury. Oh, I'm lightheaded now. This is Ambrose. I think this is an Ambrose
I think so.
project.
Oh, I just realized I was wrong about the ticking clock. It's the dripping tap that I was thinking of, not the ticking clock.
Quit the chit chatter, backstabber. Face up to the matter on a silver platter. Ducking and diving,
Wow.
you've been hiding, undermining our capabilities. This operation is breaking, you're flaking, it's all unfolding at the seams. Another bumper to your strings, another sucker with a broken wing. Another bumper to your strings, another sucker with a broken wing. Another bumper to your strings, another sucker with a broken wing. Another motherfucker trying to live the dream.
Oh, and it goes back to the beginning as King Gizzard
Yeah.
does, and you. Yeah.
You could just play that in circles.
Yeah. So we mentioned at the beginning of the song, we forgot that Ambrose did some rap experimentation or dipped his toe in that sort of field in Omni Gatherum, right? Mm-hmm. So obviously this track is an Ambrose. My guess is it's an Ambrose love letter, and he's probably a fan of the Beastie Boys. That kind of sound, and because he's got that vocal effect, it sounds great with his tone. Yeah, Ambrose is great. I would love to hear an Ambrose album now, kind of an Ambrose EDM rap type, because he does these. It's just a very fine line of not parodying, or like a parody of that. You know what I mean? Because King Gizzard, they're humorous. They're actually funny guys. They certainly poke fun at themselves. You know, they have fun in the studio. They're pranksters. They're fun guys, and they don't take themselves seriously. Is what I get at.
Yeah.
But they take their music seriously, and I just like how they're nodding to this genre that they don't really do, but they're doing it here. And we said it before. We say it 1,000 times regarding King Gizzard. Is no matter what they tackle, what genre, they just do it well. That's just. Like, hey, let's do an EDM type album, and like there's EDM artists that would probably love to have this sound. There's some real energy here, Nathan. Again, we mentioned that we've listened to some other songs from other albums we're going through. They're just hard to get through, and we just listened to 2 15-minute tracks.
Yep.
And I'm just like, I'm having a party. I'm actually legit. Like, I know we're having a little bit of fun dancing around, but the reason why we're kind of being silly about it, at least me, I'm being, I'm actually feeling it though. At the same time, I'm actually feeling the dance. I'm feeling the movement. It moves your body, and that's I don't know what else should music do. Thoughts?
Yeah, no, I agree with that. There was a couple of times there where I was just like I'm just so happy that we've been introduced to this band. Everywhere I go, and people are like, "Oh, yeah, what kind of music you guys listen to?" I'm always telling them about bands like King Gizzard because they're a band that we would never have explored had it not been for this channel.
Right.
I've heard hints of it from other, and I found a few people who are like, "Oh, you guys know King Gizzard? Yeah, they're great."
Cool.
But like the more I hear from them, I'm like, yeah, they have a great like soundscape, and this is I guess my big question with this album is who else was involved other than Ambrose? I imagine Stu, because he likes to.
Well, he's the editor. He's the editor slash. Yeah.
Yep. I wonder if I assume that. Oh man, this is gonna sound awful. The drummer. Why am I forgetting his name?
Oh, keep talking. I'll get it for you. Keep talking.
Okay. Anyway, Joey, to a lesser extent, I would imagine. But I'm curious, like, maybe he was involved. And what...
Michael?
If so,
Michael does
that
drums?
sounds right, yeah. Yeah, Joey to a lesser extent. But I'm just curious to know how... Were they all kind of like... Or was it like Ambrose going, I want to do an EDM, and Joey like, I'm out. Or was he like,
right.
Oh, that sounds cool. How can I support you with that? Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, this was fun. Thank you so much, Levi. I mean, as always, what a fun listen. Great, incredible band. We've really appreciate all of our supporters on Patreon and Discord and Twitch. Those who driven us towards King Gizzard on our channel. If you're watching this for the first time on our channel or on our Patreon, wherever this ends up, check out our many, many other reactions to King Gizzard. We have plenty of them. And to those who are joining us for the first time listening to King Gizzard, that's fun too. That's the whole point of our channel, is that Nathan and I listen to stuff for the first time. We want other people to join us, not just quote unquote the fans of the band that we listen to. So thank you so much, Levi.
Yeah, thanks a lot. We appreciate that. And we hope to see you on the next one.